Today's video is all about bathrooms. I'm gonna break down how to clean different surfaces no matter what type of bathroom you have. So sit back, relax, take some notes. You're sure to learn something. Let's get started. This gorgeous bathroom is complete with subway tiles, glass doors, gorgeous tile on the floor, and you'll see the showered floor later is beautiful. And check out this mirror. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the light fixtures. I love everything about this bathroom. In fact, I actually really enjoy cleaning it just because it's so beautiful. So the first thing I always do is start off by taking everything out. So let's clear everything out and then we'll get started on the cleaning. Before moving on, I want to put some toilet bowl cleaner in the toilet. That way it has a chance to work before I go on to all the other surfaces. Now I'm going to use Windex and get that mirror nice and shiny, getting rid of any fingerprints or smudges, just making it look really clean.
Fairly new bathroom. It's newly remodeled, so all of the finishes and everything are new, and also a lot of them are really fine finishes. So this is not the type of thing where you want to use bleach or harsh chemicals. You can try using things like baking soda or vinegar, but again, you want to test out on a little spot first. I'm going to be using Dawn today. See here, this is such a good stain remover. You can use it for so many things, to treat fabric, to do all kinds of things like laundry and stuff. But I wanted to show you too, you don't have to use Dawn. I also have Palmolive, it's antibacterial, that's another option, or any dish soap that you have. And the reason I'm using that is because it is less abrasive. It's not going to damage the finishes. We've already tested it out on these finishes and it works just fine, but it will take away the germs. So that is key. You do want to make sure that you're getting rid of all of the germs, but let's get right into it. So we're going to be using, again, the Dawn. I'm going to pour that right into the sink and scrub that down with a sponge, and then we'll go ahead and do the counters. And again, we're going to be moving top down. It's really important. It is kind of silly to start off with floors or anything on the bottom because it's going to get dust from when you do the rest of the surfaces. So again, top down, always important. Let's get into it.
How beautiful are these countertops? They are so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and link my sister's Instagram down below. She's actually a designer. So if you guys are interested in checking out some of her work and getting some inspiration from her feed, please check out her Instagram. I'm sure you'll love it.
Hold it tight, 'cause you're the only thing that I can't lose. I never needed you to give me things. I never needed gifts or diamond rings. All I ever need, I
After finishing the countertops and sinks, I'm going to move on to the cabinets, and I'm going to be using the Method all-purpose cleaning spray to just make sure to disinfect everything and keep it nice and clean. I know everything looks really clear in the video, but I wanted to show you there is some makeup residue and just some other stains that happen with using the restroom. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe all of that down, get any dust or anything off, and make sure to keep it nice and clean.
then I just wanna be with you. Oh, you can buy your way into my heart, but you don't see.
Now I'm just dusting off any products that are on the countertops, and I'm also going to clear out this acrylic holder. I love how clear it is. It just makes everything look nicer, but smudges kind of ruin the effect. So I wanted to make sure to get that nice and shiny so we can put everything back in and have it look super clean.
That I just wanna be with you. Baby, there is a place where we can.
Everyone's favorite part, right? The toilet. So I'm just using Windex to clean everything down, and I'm using bleach on the inside of the toilet bowl. Be very careful when you're using bleach on the toilet surfaces because it can damage or stain, so make sure you wipe it off really quickly if that is something that you're using on the outside of the bowl. On the inside, it's totally fine, so just scrub it down, and then I'm going to let that handle sit for a bit so that it doesn't drip and I don't put that yucky germ-filled brush right back into its container. Next, I'm moving on to this beautiful shower, and I am using a mixture. I will show you on the next bathroom how I make it, but it's just some vinegar, Dawn dish soap, and water. And I am going to wipe everything down with that mixture, even on the bottom tile too. Again, this is a new tile, so I don't want to damage it by using any harsh chemicals. So now that that's done, it's time to just rinse that all away and get it nice and fresh again.
I won't go down the same old path again now. No, I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath.
I've checked everything on Pinterest and tried a lot of different solutions, but what I find works best on glass showers, especially this one that's brand new, is just a soft sponge. You don't want to scratch it with anything harsh. And I'm using Dawn dish soap. After getting that done, I use a wet or damp cloth and just rinse that off. You do want to get all of that soap off. And then I go back in with a paper towel and dry that off. Next, I'm using this glass cleaner, which is amazing. It helps to not leave any residue or streaks behind and just makes the glass look super, super shiny. So I always go back in with that. And as you can see, it's already making the glass look so much better. I don't know if you could see the smudges from before, but it just makes it look super clean. I love this stuff. Moving on to the floors, I totally goofed and should have followed this one tip that my mom always tells me, and that is to sweep before you start to clean. That way, before any water or product drips onto the floor, you can sweep all of the dust off and it won't be as tough as doing it afterwards. So next time I'll sweep first and then move on to any mopping or dusting with a wet rag. Here is the finished shower. Look at how shiny it is. It is so beautiful, and I love her products too. She always uses green products, which is nice. Check out that glass. Look at that finish. That glass cleaner, I'm convinced, is just the best hack. It leaves it super shiny, no streaks. And then look at the floors. It's nice and clean. I'm going to move on to the bathtub, which is so beautiful. I absolutely love it. In fact, my nieces and nephews love taking baths in here so much that they come over and beg her to take a bath. And of course, she always says yes. So I just want to make sure that it's nice and clean and ready for them to use. So I'm using Dawn dish soap and some baking soda, and then I'm just going to rinse that off and put everything back the way it was. Now that this bathroom looks like a spa again, we are going to move on to the next bathroom, and where I'll show you even more tips on how to clean your own space.
Hey guys, so this bathroom that we're doing now was a remodel, but it hasn't been remodeled for a few years, So the fixtures are fairly recent, so we want to still be very careful with how we treat everything. I'm gonna start off by taking everything out. You always want to do this. You don't want to start halfway and then have to take everything out. It's so much easier to do it initially. That way, if you drop any cleaning supplies, water, anything like that, it won't get on your stuff. It'll be safe. So let's go.
So once again, after clearing everything out, I'm going to put the toilet bowl cleaner in the toilet and make sure to give it time to work. I'm also going to put it on these stubborn areas where the grout has gotten kind of yucky, again to let it sink in. Then onto mirrors. I love cleaning mirrors. It just looks so nice afterwards. I'm starting off with the Windex, giving it a nice scrub, and then I'm going to go in with my magic secret weapon, that spray glass cleaner. And I'm going to spray all over and then wipe that down as well. We just have to believe it. Before wiping down the glass cleaner, I did give it a chance to sink in. As you can see, it changes a little bit, and that just gives the product a chance to work. Then I get to wipe it all down, and I'm using a S or Z formation, and that just really helps to, instead of spreading the dust around, taking it off. And I'm going to repeat this again on the medicine cabinet mirror, just doing the same thing, going in with Windex and then my magic glass cleaner. And then again, I'm going to do either a zigzag motion or a letter Z or S, and just wiping that all down. So I like to use this cleaner on surfaces. It's just really effective without being abrasive. So I'm using dish soap, and then I'm adding some white vinegar. And if you need to, you can add water. I'm leaving it as is because I'll be adding water as I clean. Just give that a nice little shake. And instead of using something like Comet or Ajax, I'm going to be using baking soda. It works just as well without using bleach or any harsh chemicals, and I just like to use it especially on newer finishes because I know that it's not too abrasive and it will do well. I'm gonna add a little more dish soap, and then I'm going to go in with that mixture. And this scrubbing brush I actually got from the dollar store. It's inexpensive. It was only $1, and it's such a good deal. I checked it out at Target and it was $7.99, so definitely a bargain at the dollar store. So while you're there, check it out and see if they have any, because it is worth it. Then I'm going to give everything a nice rinse and dry that off. Then I'm going to move over to my toilet where I'm going to be using Windex just to take any dust or fingerprints, anything off, and pay special attention to where the toilet bowl has any screws or anything like that. Then again, I'm going to be doing the same thing on the seat, and I'm also going to use Clorox and wipe it off right away because bleach can stain and damage the surface, so you want to move quickly. Then you just want to give the inside a nice scrub, and I'm going to add baking soda because this one had a few tougher stains and I needed that extra action to just clean it all down. So I'm going to once again let the brush just stand on the side and give it a chance to dry off. Then I'm going to go to the cabinets, and this time I'm using Windex. This surface I've tested before and Windex works just fine, so I want to use it and give it a nice clean finish. I just want to take off any fingerprints, any makeup residue, or anything else that might be hanging out like dust, and just get it nice and clean. After finishing the cabinets, I'm moving on to the shower, and I'm going to be using again that same mixture and just cleaning down all of the tile. Because it is all tile, I don't want to use anything too abrasive, so I just want to be very careful on the grout and everything else. So I'm just wiping that down, and then I'm moving on to the shower doors. These are actually plastic, not glass, but I'm using that same principle and it works just as well. It does take a little more elbow grease, but it still works really well. So I'm just wiping everything down with that same mixture. And then after doing that, I'm going to go in with the water. And guys, I was super nervous because I have done this shower before. And instead of using the handle, I turned on the other part of the shower and got completely soaked. So this time I made sure to be careful and turn on the right shower head. So I want to rinse everything down, and as I'm doing that, I'm also using the sponge again, just giving it a nice clean. Then I'm going to put all of the products back. Hopefully I put them in a nice order where she can find whatever she needs. Then I'm going to use that magic glass cleaner and go in and give it a nice shine. Again, this does take a little more elbow grease. You do need to go over it a few times, but it is so worth it. It looks amazing afterwards. It's super shiny, and I just love that finish. To finish off and make the space feel like a spa, I'm going to light a candle. And this candle is actually really special. All of the proceeds from the sales go to a special nonprofit. I'll link the Instagram down below in case you guys are interested in learning more about that. But check out this space. It looks so nice and clean and fresh again. It feels like a spa. It's beautiful. I hope you guys got a ton of inspiration on how to fix your own space and make it feel like a spa as well. So if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. I post videos like this every week. I'd love for you to join the fam. I will see you in the next one.